Hello again, YouTube. So, what you have just missed is me going through the National Bank, because I totally forgot to unpause. The military budget allows you to select what kind of fleet you want. The Heroic Military College basically builds additional, or allows you to get better commanders and stuff like that. Then there's a choice between the Agricultural Credit Bank versus Liberalized Banking Sector. The Credit Bank is the communist path. The Liberalized section isn't. You can support General Cadillo, which allows him to become a general or a field marshal. And that's as far as we got. So there you go. Also, it's becoming quite apparent that the industrial effectiveness of Mexico is going to be pretty high, especially if you go the capitalist path. Can you count extra vote for Germany? I can't vote in PS4, but we want you to do the Germany game. Yep, I'll consider it. Just watch the Netherlands second video, it's great, it's true. 10 out of 10 would invade the Dutch again. Thanks. Alright, so we've got the plan of Agua Prieta, exile Calais. Which... oh, that's Cadillo, different person. Remove the Calistas, and Correa becomes available for recruitment, who is a stability increase in democracy support. Purge the bureaucracy. You get a new general. And a cavalry genius. Motorized attack, motorized defense, cavalry attack, cavalry defense, mechanized attack, mechanized defense. That's pretty good, especially if you have access to oil supplies. Institutional revolution, democracy. You really become democratic, and then you can arrest General Cadillo. Cadillo will be neutralized, gain war support, remove Cadillo tensions. We can go the Jefe Maximo, control the army, repeal the law. Assertive church goes up, so you get more stability, a lot more stability, but your factory output goes down. Or you can go atheist, where your stability goes down, but your factory output goes up a lot. You could actually get plus 30% factory output. Garza becomes a general. Non-core manpower goes up. Versus political power. Then you get state education, which is research. Wait. Requires one of the following. Abolish capital punishment. Where you've already chosen to go assertive church. Replace weak church with atheist state. Mutually exclusive of the Knights of Columbus of the Legion of Christ. Right, so you can go down those, but if you... I would have thought that Calais law would block this. Because with that one you've gone for the assertive church. Maybe you can just reform it? Don't know. Research bonus for electronics, production slots, building slots, loads more building slots. Or you can go anti-disestablishmentarianism. Took me a moment to twig what that was, but I know it. Unlocks decision, transfer land to the church. Rewrite decision. Pardon Cistero fighter, attend public mass. And then you can go with the Knights of Columbus, which is assertive church, and you get the Knights of Columbus national spirit, which is democracy, infrastructure construction, factory construction. Or the Legion of Christ, which is stability up. No, that's assertive church. Mobilization speed goes up, but you also become fascist. This is fascism versus democracy. Another research slot. Democratic goes up, stability goes up. Social Catholicism. Democracy goes up even more. Even more infrastructure and civilian factory. So with the Knights of Columbus you can build stuff really quickly to support your already very effective factories. Fascism goes up. Mobilization speed goes up. Mobilization speed. Oh, that's the trickle of manpower coming in. Right. Guizar becomes a general. Reform the Castro Guard. Gain free troops. recruitable population. Or you can ban the militias, depopulized army. Stability goes up. Army experience, ad planning, logistics, professional skill. Yeah, I don't want to go too deeply into Mexico, because I might play as Mexico at some point in the future. This is supposed to be the Dutch playthrough. But that gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. And then you've also got the struggle between the various countries and the oil supplies. And just control over the raw materials. Which I guess, like the Dutch have the trade balance as their unique mechanic. Mexico has this as their unique mechanic. So there you go. Right, let's play as the Dutch. I'm just aware of like how long I've spent just talking. We were an hour into this stream and I haven't actually unpaused yet. Okay, so, straw poll. With Germany, become the main naval power has got 37%. With Katie it would be more, so it's probably about 40%. Wilhelminahism, the only man in government, came second with 23%. Historical plan for exile democracy came 16%. Mega defensive, oh god, here they come, flood everything, 16%. And then the poor old EU came with just 7%. So we're going to go with Germany. Okay, interesting. Now remember, we do have historical focuses on. So I'm kind of curious what that's going to mean for the Germans coming to support us. Right, research. Let's take a look at what has changed here. This page hasn't changed with the exception of mobile infantry, which have got these. Enables the Duff MC 134 Amphibi. Oh, these are the amphibious. So these are amphibious tanks. All of this is the same. Are the numbers the same? We're going to have to go through at some point and just see if the numbers have tweaked. But I think that's something we're going to do when we're actually choosing technologies proper. Support companies, no change. As far as I can tell. Armor. No change at all. Oh no, we've got amphibious tanks. Oh, right, so these are amphibious motorized. And these are amphibious tanks proper. Which can work alongside marine companies, I believe. I wonder if they're limited in number in the same way that marines are. If not, that could be a potential way around that loophole. Or it could be a loophole. Artillery does not look to have changed, which does surprise me a little bit, because I think you can now motorize artillery. Some pointers. Yeah, rocket artillery still exists. We've got the 4 doctrines. I don't think anything has been added here, but again, the numbers may have been tweaked. And I'm just going to be calling from memory when it comes to choosing one of these. Also notable to say, you don't have a decision already made. So you're not locked into a path. Well, you're never locked in, you just fall behind a little bit. At least as the Dutch, you can go in any direction. And then here is the naval screen. This has definitely changed. As I said, there are a lot more technologies. And yes, they have reduced how long technologies take to do to account for this. So I'm hoping that the different modules are fairly quick. Yes, the improved torpedo launcher is only an 89-day tech, so that's definitely changed. Motorized artillery is just artillery pulled by a truck and not a horse. It's not exactly brand new technology, I believe. Yeah, you're not wrong. Dolly, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Chat just screwed the chance for an Atlantis playthrough. So, in this, you don't have concrete ships anymore. You have hulls. So you have the destroyer hull, which is the small ships, you have the cruiser hull, which is the midships, and then you have the battleship hull, which is the big ones. I don't know how super heavy battleships work, I don't know how battle cruisers work. I assume that they're just a variant of the different hulls which are available. Passive sonar is an availability for destroyers, which I guess means that your detection of submarines goes up. Smoke generators, fleet spread when retreating, means you're more likely to escape with destroyers. You can get depth charges, which again help you in fighting against Submarines, depth charge thrower, more effective. And then the various hulls. Enables the early destroyer hull, enables 35,000 ship engine, 40,000 ship engine, 45,000 ship engine. So you also get bigger engines as you go through the different hulls. And I guess the bigger the hull, the bigger the engine needs to be, otherwise you don't go anywhere. Makes sense. Early cruiser hull, enables float plane catapult. Oh, interesting. So cruisers can now have float planes, which were usually used as like anti-submarine scouts, or just for recon. So you can send planes up, as long as you have relatively decent airplane coverage, to find other ships. Or you can use those float planes, I think, to like try and shoot down other recon planes. Improved airplane catapult. But obviously if you have the airplane catapults, that's going to be taking up space, which could be used for other gear, like guns. Basic cruiser armor. Enables 100mm belt, 30mm deck. Inclined belt cruiser armor. So whereas the destroyers have almost entirely anti-submarine warfare, the cruisers are more heavily armored. All or nothing cruiser armor scheme. And the bigger hulls. And then battleships also have the same. Oh, battleships actually have a choice. So with the cruisers, the armor just gets better. With the battleships, you can choose between 350mm or 305mm. So you can go for heavily armored or lesser. I guess the lesser armored is technically a battle cruiser because it'll be quicker. The other thing which I've just noticed is some of these technologies cost naval experience to research. This one, 85 days, 450 experience. Oh, no, that allows you to research it quickly. So you can research it just normally in 223 days. Or if you research it quickly, then you can spend 50 naval experience to get it quick. What's that? Super heavy battleship hull. Aha! So that's how you do the super heavy battleships, but there is no indication of how you get battle cruisers. I guess that's just a way of building a ship. And then again you have the choice. Okay. Carriers. Enables converted battleship hull and converted cruiser hull. So you can have assault cruisers or assault carriers or fleet carriers, I believe is what the two are called. And you can add more hangar space. And then from the 1936 carrier hull, you just have the straight up carrier. I wonder if you actually have to convert battleships or cruisers to make carriers early on. That would be interesting, because historically that's how it worked. 1940 carrier hull, 1944 carrier hull, and then submarines. This doesn't look like glorious Trotsky, Mexico. No. Am I not going to struggle in Indonesia if I'm going Axis? Probably, but chat spoke. Am I going to sail up the Thames again? You know what? That is an excellent, excellent objective. Considering a battle cruiser with just lightly armoured battleships for the Germans and heavy armoured cruisers for the English. Yeah, I reckon they are just the battleship techs, but you're taking the lighter armour variant, which probably reduces the build cost. Wow, submarines have a lot of technologies associated with them. Heavy investment. Basic submarine snorkel. Snorkels, I think, increase your detection chance. And then you also get new torpedo tube techs. And then you can also upgrade your torpedoes. Torpedoes are used by other ships, though. This is not just submarines. And we actually start with 1936 subs and 1936 cruiser tech already unlocked, but none of the others. Okay. Ship torpedo launcher. Enables 4x450 torpedo launcher. 6x450. I wonder if you could get a submarine with less of a torpedo complement and reduce the cost or something. Like, I'm sure that this is supposed to be surface torpedo ability. 4x, 5, 6x. So yeah, submarines generally have more torpedoes. Magnetic detonator. Destroyer torpedo attack plus 20% submarine torpedo attack. So if you're going with torpedoes and you kind of want this, more so you want this one as well. Torpedo reveal chance -25%, so it's harder to see torpedoes, so you're less likely to detect someone attacking you. Armaments. This is where the decisions really come in. So there are 3 different types of armaments. Basic light batteries, which are short range, rapid firing, good tracking, so you can hit stuff that's moving fast. You've got the basic medium batteries, which I think are the main anti-ship armament. They have mid-range, mid-fireability, and then the heavy batteries. I think the heavy batteries are mostly for ground bombardment. And also the super heavy range. Super long range, rather. Destroyer, light attack, light cruiser, light attack, heavy cruiser, battleship, light attack, battle cruiser, light attack, and then carrier attacks. New cannons. Light cruiser, heavy cruiser armament. Oh, so medium batteries cannot be equipped by battleships, but everyone can use the small ones. Light batteries can be everyone. Medium batteries are cruiser only. Then the heavy batteries, I'm going to assume, is battleship, battlecruiser only. Okay. And then the casemate secondary batteries allows you to have more. More guns! Damage control. Chance to receive critical hit reduced. Effects of sustained critical hits reduced. Separate fire. Okay, cool. Fire control methods. Battleship light attack goes up. Battlecruiser light attack goes up. Heavy cruiser attack goes up. Destroyer and light cruiser attack goes up. Transports. Just means you can do better naval capacity. And then mines. Oh crap, we're going to have to deal with mines, aren't we? Although it was the Germans who mined heavier than the British. A lot of earlier carriers were also converted to cruise liners. Ah, cool. Hey, Humphrey. What did you miss? You missed me going through the entire Dutch focus tree, which is huge. And also just, like, introducing stuff in the game. Like, there's a lot of new changes, especially when it comes to the naval equipment. So, we've got the mines. Enables mine-laying rails and mine-sweeping gear. Mine-laying submarines means your subs can lay mines. Naval mine damage goes up. And up, and up. Naval mine avoidance, plus 50%. Oh, so you have to get the mine laying tech before you can get the anti-mine tech. Bombers can mine lay. Strategic bombers being very good at it. Interesting. And then you can also use naval bombers and tactical bombers for mine sweeping. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like how they've kind of branched out who can do the mine laying and sweeping. Then we've got the fleet and being, trade interdiction, and base strike. Trees at a glance don't look like they've changed, but again, I'm sure the numbers have. Air power, as far as I can tell, no change. Air doctrines, again, at a glance, no change. Engineering. Central range finding, research speed +2, research speed +3, reinforce rate. Basic fire control enables direct to fire. Not sure what that means, but it sounds cool. Improve fire control system. Is this for ground-based or naval? Is this increasing? Naval's direct to fire. I'm not sure. Not sure how those come into play. Something we'll have to find out, I guess. And then here is the construction one. So this, at a glance, doesn't look like it's changed, with the exception of there being a new path over here, which is fuel. Fuel gain per oil plus 20%, fuel gain from refineries plus 10%, and then it just ticks up that way. So you become more and more efficient at generating fuel. Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to open up with my fairly standard research. And machine tools. And construction. And then we need to choose our focus. We're actually playing the game. We've clicked something. Yay! Have we unpaused it yet? No, but we've just made our first decision. So there. The same decision that I've made for the previous 2 years whenever playing this game. So we've decided to go with Germany. So we are going to have to cave to the Germans. That's actually the only way to get onto their side. And I'd quite like to get rid of the weak government so we can use our political power. Although I'd also like to get construction speed. Construction speed is huge. The other thing is we are probably going to continue the Zodazay works. If we're going to be in Germany's side anyway, then I don't think we need to plan to give up the East Indies. In fact, there might even be a requirement if Japan demands them. Which they would do here. Because I do really want to get assumed naval burden. As funny as a Dutch blitzkrieg would be. So yeah, let's get rid of the construction speed penalties as quickly as possible so we can start building up the Netherlands. The other thing is there a way of improving relations? Yes, requires political power. Okay. Oh, and now you can cancel focuses. 1 day progress will be saved. That's a big freaking deal. I'm guessing ground base, believe all the coastal stuff now allows for anti-ship stuff. Those are fire control systems for your navy. That's what I was reading it as, but then why aren't they in the naval section? And I get it, they're engineering and they probably use the engineering research speed bonuses. I'm just kind of surprised that they didn't put them under fire control methods and just lock it, saying requires mechanical computing to get. So I'm pretty sure that's possible. Alright, so what do we want to build? Well, generally you want to get your infrastructure up and running as quickly as possible. Very nicely, Holland actually has 8 out of 10. Huzzah! So let's get Holland built up, then let's get Brabant, and then Friesland. And then we'll start looking abroad after that. Military factories. We have got 3 factories still available. So let's... How advanced do we want our army to be? Because we are early on going to have to fight against the French. Dana, thank you very much for the resub. 13 months now. Ah! I'm awake! Smash the button. Hello. I'd love to see a hard-fought war in the Indies, so I'd be disappointed you have to give up your stuff to Japan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Although, it's going to be the Dutch and the Japanese in the Indies. If I do go with the Axis. The real naval fight's actually going to be in Europe. Although we're going to be on the Italian side, and Italy's navy is not to be sniffed at. So I think I'm going to go support equipment, I'm going to go artillery. In fact, we are... that's a point. Manpower is going to be a big issue. Because we're not going to be able to rely on manpower from over there. The other thing is you will now notice that there is a production button which is naval repair. And you can see who exactly needs to be repaired. This is also, I believe, upgrading. So you can allocate a certain number of dockyards for ship repairs and upgrades. And you can use up to a maximum of how many you have. So this is basically new ships, which is dockyards, and then repairs, which is that one, and upgrades. So if we go to the production tab, build ships, we can then see all the different variants. So we've got the Soyabaya class, we can create a variant. And this is the ship designer. So this type of heavy cruiser doesn't currently have any anti-air. but we could add some. However, that does still cost Navy experience to do, and will increase the production cost, but does give us anti-air. And I take it we can see those here. Adding anti-air 2 actually slows us down. Interesting. But it's a pretty hefty increase to anti-air capabilities. We have a module slot, which can be even more anti-air, a secondary battery or aircraft facility, so this is how we get the float plane. Float plane does indeed increase surface detection and sub-detection, so we can find enemy fleets more easily to either run away or engage. So there are some custom slots. We have a rear custom slot, which can also be used for rapid fire guns, which is a light cruiser battery. Light attack, light pierce. Reduces movement speed again. Oh, but it does increase hit points. Yeah, it does actually make us fairly substantially stronger. Or torpedo launchers, which increases torpedo attack. Then there are 3 slots which are locked. I guess that's for like battleships, because we are only a cruiser here. Right, and then we can also choose the icon and the look of the ship. We're currently using a 28cm Krupp number 3. Ships that include this module in the design will be considered capital ships. So this heavy cruiser is a capital. So if we got rid of the heavy battery and went down to medium batteries, it would not be a capital. Twitch yet again ignored your resub. Oh, damn it, Humphrey. Well, thank you very much for your resub. I do appreciate that. Time for some whiskey, says Bussy. It's always time for whiskey. Having just got back from Scotland, yeah, it was a good time with the whiskey. Do we plan on taking Belgium and Luxembourg? I honestly haven't decided, because if I'm going to be going heavily for naval power, now I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to contribute land power-wise. What's that button do? Oh, it changes something. Oh, it's the different classes of ships. That's carrier. Don't know. Minesweeper, minelayer, recon. Don't know what the other ones are. And there's no pop-up to tell you. Oh, it says here. Nope, doesn't actually tell you what that icon means. Capital, maybe? Oh, that's submarine. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it's escort and capital?